Women over 60, please do not ignore your body just because someone told you. That is just aging. Some changes are part of getting older. That is true. But some changes are not meant to be brushed away, hidden, laughed off, or blamed on age. And the difficult part is this. Many women do not miss the signs because they are careless. They miss them because they are strong. They have spent a lifetime pushing through tiredness, taking care of everyone else, staying quiet about private problems, and saying, I will deal with it later. But after 60, later can become expensive. Later can become painful. Later can become the moment you wish you had paid attention sooner. So today, I want to walk with you through 5 body changes women over 60 should not ignore. Not to scare you, not to make you panic, not to make you run to the doctor for every tiny ache, but to help you understand the difference between a normal change and a signal that deserves attention. And stay with me until the last one, because it is the one many women dismiss the fastest, even though it can quietly affect their strength, independence, and confidence every single day. This is not about fear. It is about noticing early, because a wise woman does not ignore a small signal just because it seems ordinary. Before we begin, remember this. This video is educational. It does not replace medical advice from your doctor or healthcare provider. If something feels sudden, severe, unusual for you, or deeply worrying, please get medical help. Now let's begin with the first body change. A change in your legs, balance, or walking. Many women over 60 notice this quietly. At first, it is small. You stand up from a chair and pause for a second before walking. You hold the wall when you turn in the hallway. You avoid stairs if there is another option. You feel less confident stepping off a curb. You tell yourself, I am just getting older. But sometimes, what looks like aging is really your body telling you that your strength, balance, or coordination needs more support. Walking is good. Walking is healthy. Walking keeps the body moving. But walking alone does not train every muscle you need for real life. It does not fully train the muscles that help you rise from a chair. It does not fully train the side hip muscles that help you stay steady when your foot lands unevenly. It does not fully train the quick balance reactions you need when you trip on a rug, turn too fast, or step into the bathroom at night. And this is why a woman can walk every day and still feel unsteady. That can feel confusing. You may think, but I am active. Why do I feel weaker? Because after 60, the body needs more than movement. It needs the right kind of movement. If your legs feel heavier than before, if standing up feels harder, if you are using furniture more often for support, if you avoid steps, or if your balance feels less reliable, do not simply call it old age and move on. That is your first signal. Not a reason to panic, a reason to pay attention. The mistake many women make is waiting until a fall happens before they take balance seriously. But balance is not only something you notice when you lose it. Balance is something you train before you need it. Start gently. Practice standing up from a sturdy chair without rushing. Hold the back of a chair and do slow heel raises. Practice side steps near a counter. March in place while holding support. These are not dramatic exercises. They will not look impressive on the outside. But after 60, small habits carry more weight. The goal is not to exercise like a 30-year-old. The goal is to keep your body ready for real life. Standing, turning, walking, climbing, reaching, getting out of bed, stepping into the shower. And if you feel sudden weakness on one side, sudden trouble speaking, sudden confusions, chest pain, fainting, severe dizziness, or a sudden change in walking, do not treat that like a normal aging problem. Seek medical help right away. Your body is not betraying you. It may simply be asking for better support now. Now let's talk about the second body change, and this one is private. A change in your bathroom habits. Many women over 60 do not want to talk about this. They may leak a little urine when they cough, laugh, sneeze, or stand up. They may wake up several times at night to use the bathroom. They may feel a sudden urge and worry they will not make it in time. They may notice burning, pressure, cloudy urine, or discomfort. And instead of saying something, they adjust their life quietly. They stop drinking water before going out. They avoid long car rides. They sit near the bathroom in restaurants. They stop walking as much because they are afraid there will not be a restroom nearby. They tell themselves, this is just what happens after 60. But here is the truth. Common does not always mean harmless, and common does not mean you should suffer silently. Bladder changes can happen with age, with childbirth history, with pelvic floor weakness, with certain medications, with infections, with low estrogen after menopause, with constipation, and with other health changes. Sometimes the solution is simple. Sometimes it needs medical attention. But ignoring it usually makes life smaller. That is the real danger, not only the bladder problem itself. The way it slowly steals confidence. A woman may stop visiting friends, stop going to church, stop taking walks, stop sleeping well, stop feeling comfortable in her own body. And all of that can happen while she is still telling herself, it is not serious enough to mention. Please do not do that to yourself. If bathroom changes are affecting your life, they deserve attention. If you suddenly need to urinate much more often than usual, if you feel burning, pain, fever, blood in the urine, cloudy urine, or strong new urgency, speak with a healthcare provider. Do not be embarrassed. Doctors and nurses hear these concerns every day. You are not strange. You are not dirty. You are not weak. You are a woman whose body is asking for care. And there are practical things that may help. Drink enough fluids earlier in the day, unless your doctor has told you to limit fluids. Notice whether coffee, tea, carbonated drinks, or very acidic drinks make urgency worse. Do not rush to the bathroom just in case every few minutes, because that can sometimes train the bladder to expect frequent trips. Work on gentle pelvic floor awareness if it is safe for you. Treat constipation seriously, because pressure in the bowel can make bladder symptoms worse. And most importantly, stop building your whole life around a problem you have never asked about. This is not about shame. It is about freedom. A private problem can become a public prison if you keep adjusting your life around it. Now let's move to the third body change. Any bleeding or spotting after menopause. This one matters. If you have gone through menopause and your periods have stopped, vaginal bleeding or spotting should not be ignored, even if it is light, even if it happens only once, even if there is no pain, even if you think it came from irritation, even if you are embarrassed to mention it. After menopause, bleeding is not something to quietly watch for months. Now, this does not mean the cause is always serious. Sometimes it can happen because the vaginal tissues become thinner and drier after menopause. Sometimes it can be related to polyps, medications, infections, or other causes. But some causes need prompt medical evaluation. And you cannot know the cause by guessing at home. This is where many women make a dangerous mistake. They wait. They say, it was only a little. They say, it went away. They say, I do not want to bother anyone. Please hear this gently. You are not bothering anyone by asking about bleeding after menopause. You are protecting yourself. A wise woman does not ignore a signal just because it stops making noise. If you notice spotting, staining, bleeding, or any unusual discharge with blood after menopause, contact your healthcare provider or gynecologist. Do not panic. Do not assume the worst. But do not dismiss it either. There is a calm middle place between fear and denial. That place is called attention. And after 60, attention is one of the most powerful health habits you can have. Also pay attention to vaginal dryness, burning, discomfort with urination, pelvic pain, or new pressure. These symptoms may have simple explanations, but they still deserve proper care if they are new, persistent, or bothering you. Your body is not something to hide from. It is something to listen to. Now, the fourth body change is one many women see every day but still ignore: a change in your skin, moles, or wounds. After 60, skin can become thinner, drier, and slower to heal. You may bruise more easily. You may notice rough patches. Your hands may look more delicate. Your face may feel drier after washing. These changes can happen with age, but not every skin change should be dismissed. Pay attention to a mole or spot that is changing in size, shape, color, border, or texture. Pay attention to a sore that does not heal. Pay attention to a patch that keeps bleeding, crusting, itching, or coming back. Pay attention to a new dark spot that looks different from the others. Pay attention to a wound on your foot or leg that is taking longer than usual to close, especially if you have diabetes, circulation problems, or numbness. The mistake many women make is treating skin as a beauty issue only. They look at dryness, spots, bruises, and changes and think only, I look older. But your skin is not just appearance. Your skin is a protective organ. It is your outer warning system. Sometimes it tells you about sun damage. Sometimes it tells you about circulation. Sometimes it tells you about infection. Sometimes it tells you that a spot needs to be checked. So yes, moisturize. Yes, protect your skin from too much sun. Yes, use gentle cleansers. Yes, care for your hands, feet, and face. But do not cover up a changing spot and pretend it is not there. Once a month, look at your skin in good light. Check your face, scalp line, arms, hands, chest, legs, and feet. If you cannot see your back, ask someone you trust or use a mirror. Notice what is normal for you. That phrase matters. Normal for you. Because when you know your own body, you are more likely to notice when something changes. And if a mole or spot is changing, bleeding, itching, painful, not healing, or simply hurting you, get it checked. This is not vanity. This is wisdom. A woman who cares for her skin is not trying to chase youth. She is protecting the body that has carried her through decades. Now let's talk about the fifth body change. And this is the one many women dismiss the fastest. A deep change in energy, appetite, weight, or strength. Not one tired day. Not one poor night of sleep. Not the normal fatigue that comes up after a busy week. I mean a change that feels different for you. You feel unusually tired even after resting. You lose interest in food. Your clothes become looser without trying. You feel weaker doing ordinary things. You get short of breath with tasks that used to be easy. You feel lightheaded more often. You feel like your body has lost its usual power. Many women ignore this because they are used to being tired. They're cared families, jobs, grief, stress, homes, bills, responsibilities. They know how to push through. But after 60, pushing through is not always strength. Sometimes strength is stopping long enough to ask, why has my body changed? Unexplained weight loss, ongoing fatigue, loss of appetite, new weakness, new shortness of breath, or a sudden drop in daily ability should not be brushed away. There can be many possible reasons: not eating enough protein, poor sleep, low hydration, medication side effects, anemia, thyroid issues, depression, heart or lung problems, infections, blood sugar problems, digestive issues, and many other possibilities. Some are simple, some need treatment, but you cannot fix what you keep calling just aging. That is the heart of this video. After 60, not every change is dangerous, but every persistent change deserves respect. Your energy is not just a mood. Your appetite is not just a habit. Your strength is not just willpower. These are messages from the body, and the body often whispers before it shouts. So what can you do? Start by noticing patterns. Are you more tired in the morning or afternoon? Did the change begin after a new medication? Are you eating less without meaning to? Are you losing weight without trying? Are you avoiding activity because it feels harder? Are you short of breath, dizzy, or weak in a way that is new? Write it down. Dates matter. Patterns matter. Small details matter. Then speak with a healthcare provider, especially if the change is new, persistent, worsening, or affecting your daily life. And while you are paying attention, support your body gently. Eat regular meals. Include protein if your doctor allows it. Drink fluids unless you have been told to restrict them. Move a little every day if it is safe for you. Go outside for daylight when you can. Keep a simple bedtime rhythm, and do not compare your energy to someone else's. Compare it to your own normal. That is where the truth often lives. Now, I want to bring all five together. The first change was your legs, balance, or walking. The second was bathroom habits. The third was bleeding or spotting after menopause. The fourth was skin, moles, or wounds. The fifth was deep changes in energy, appetite, weight, or strength. These are different problems, but they share one lesson. Do not let age become the excuse that silences your body. Age can explain some changes, but age should not be used to ignore every change. There is a difference between accepting aging and surrendering your attention. A wise woman accepts that her body changes, but she also respects what her body is trying to tell her. She does not panic over every ache, but she also does not laugh off every warning. She lives in the calm middle, aware, practical, honest, kind to herself. That is where real confidence after 60 begins. Not in pretending nothing has changed, and not in fearing every change, but in learning your body well enough to respond early. If you take one thing from today, let it be this. Your body is not broken. Your body is not embarrassing. Your body is not a problem to hide. It is your lifelong companion. And after 60, it may need a different kind of care than it needed at 30, 40, or 50. That is not weakness, that is wisdom. So this week, choose one small action. Practice standing from a chair slowly and safely. Notice your bathroom patterns without shame. Call your doctor if you have bleeding after menopause. Check your skin in good light. Write down any unusual fatigue, weight change, appetite change, or weakness. One small action. That is how confidence returns. Not all at once, not through fear, but through attention. If you want simple, calm health guidance made for women over 60, subscribe and stay with us. Here, we talk about the changes women are often too embarrassed, too busy, or too tired to discuss. And we do it with respect. Because the goal is not to look younger. The goal is to feel safer, steadier, wiser, and more in control of your own life. This is not about fear. It is about noticing early. And sometimes, noticing early is the quiet decision that protects everything else.